video, let us look at properties of carbohydrates. So mainly we will be focusing on the properties of monosaccharides. If you look at the properties, you know that basically starting all over again. In this video, let us look at the properties of sugars. So we know that they are crystalline, they are sweet. So you heat up, for example, sucrose, it becomes charred and it becomes black. So that is how we make, we make caramel for preparing pudding or for chocolates. Another important property of carbohydrate is they are optically active. Optically active because it has something called an asymmetric carbon atom. What is an asymmetric carbon atom? Simple, let us look at, if we have to make an imaginary line here, we are in a way symmetrical. You will have this side also 1 ear and this side also 1 ear. You can divide your nose also into 2 equal parts. Symmetrical. But when it comes to carbon atoms, something very typical. Carbon is basically a tetrahedron. This was a discovery made by Van Hoff in 1896. So what he connected is, so if you consider this is a carbon atom, this is a molecular model, so the nucleus is at the center and the 4 valencies are jetting out, and the bond angle between these carbon atoms is 109. So Van Hoff came up with the proposal of a tetrahedral carbon atom, and for this discovery he was given the first Nobel Prize, that is in 1901. Van Hoff was given Nobel Prize for elucidating the structure of carbon atoms. And you see in the last 120 years where we have reached based on this particular discovery. So if you look at the carbon atom, so possibilities, so we can attach, this is a hydrogen molecule, we can attach one hydrogen, we can attach the second hydrogen, we can attach the third hydrogen, we can also attach the fourth hydrogen. So therefore, all 4 hydrogens, now in any plane is, you can divide this into 2 equal parts. In any plane, it will look similar. So therefore, we say that this is a symmetric molecule. Let us replace some of these hydrogens. So, I am replacing look at this structure. 4 different molecules are attached to this. Now, if you make a plane of this side will not be same as this side. In anyhow you make a plane, divide this into 2. This side, the right hand side will not be same as the left hand side. So we say that this is asymmetrical. So therefore, in the presence of asymmetrical carbon atoms makes a molecule optically active. So therefore, this is a property which is present in carbohydrate. Carbohydrate monosaccharides have a lot of asymmetrical carbon atom. So let us start looking at glyceraldehyde for that matter. So when you draw the structure of glyceraldehyde, so the understanding is this is CHO. This is the structure of glyceraldehyde. So if you look at this carbon atom, so 4 different groups are attached to this. So this is one group, this is another group, this is a third group, and this is a 4th group. Okay, so therefore this is asymmetrical. So therefore it has got only one carbon atom, asymmetrical, and it can have, therefore it can exist in more than one form. Which will be the second form? In the second form, you can bring this hydroxyl group this side and the hydrogen at the other side. That will make glyceraldehyde, it will give a second form. So therefore, we can write the structure. So it is going to be like this, HOH, CH2OH. This is a second form. Now, this molecule of glyceraldehyde has the tendency to rotate is the plane of the plane polarized light. We will be looking at it in detail in another session, but for the time being, if the normal light which we see is vibrating in multiple planes, but we will make the light to rotate, vibrate in only a single plane, that is known as plane polarized light. So many times when you watch a 3D movie, we will be using a plane polarized light. So those spectacles are plane polarized spectacles, so it will help us to see the 3D image. So therefore, when a plane polarized light is hitting on this molecule, the asymmetric carbon atom will rotate the plane of the plane polarized light. So therefore, it will give optical isomerism. So therefore, you have two examples. If it is rotating the plane on the right hand side, we will represent by a plus sign. If it is rotating on the left hand side, we will denote by a minus sign. Okay, so minus sign, this is levorotatory and this is dextrorotatory, and denoted by small d, denoted by small n. So this is how we represent. So therefore, how many asymmetric carbon atoms are there? There is only one asymmetric carbon atom, so we denote that here, one asymmetric carbon atom. This also has one asymmetric carbon atom. So therefore, how do we come to know how many forms in which it can exist? So there is a very simple formula. That formula is 2 raised to the power n. So n is equal to 1. So 2 into 1 is equal to 2. So therefore, glyceraldehyde can exist in 2 forms. That is D-glyceraldehyde as well as the L-glyceraldehyde. So either levorotatory and the dextrorotatory.